Here's a peek inside the Blue Bottle Studio experience. It's an 8-course coffee tasting menu and is probably the closest thing to a Michelin star dining experience in coffee. It's set in this abandoned dry cleaners in West Hollywood, and from the outside, the only tell is a small Blue Bottle logo on the front door. When you walk in, you're greeted with a simple but clean waiting room with a suspended curtain separating the waiting room from the tasting area. When I was booking, I specifically requested a session where James Freeman, the founder, would be serving. I don't know if this is commonplace. It's probably pretty obnoxious, but I really, really wanted to do this when James was there.
What's happening? Bring it in. What's up?
Dude.
Behind the curtain, the vibe was kind of choose your own adventure. It's not like a barista competition where when you're at the judges table, you can't talk. There's definitely some space for interaction. The main menu was really vague and I'm sure intentionally mysterious. When the courses started coming, with each course they brought out this auxiliary menu that had more detail on the components of that course. Some of the courses weren't single drinks, they were flights. So what you're seeing here is a flight of beverages made of coffee leaves, coffee flowers, and coffee cherry, respectively. One of the things I really loved about this service was the thought that went into every single aspect of the experience. There's certain records playing at certain times, seeing the team brew in tandem with such intention and care, and even the story behind each flight of drinks. This flight was composed of 3 separate coffees. The first is a geisha from the Good Land in Santa Barbara, California. Probably some of the youngest geisha out there and coffee that's grown in the United States. The second coffee is a geisha from Panama. Panama was where geisha was rediscovered and popularized with Hacienda Esmeralda and the Best of Panama auctions in the early 2000s. This movement basically single-handedly is responsible for the explosion and popularity of geisha today. And the third coffee is a coffee from Yemen, the place where coffee was first commercially cultivated. So what we have in this course is essentially a story of coffee across time. This is one of my favorite courses. This is the short cup. It's basically an espresso strength coffee brewed through a cloth filter, and they started brewing it with no decanter. This is one of those things that when they posted the picture on Instagram, people were like, "What are you doing? How did this get through your marketing program? You're not brewing into anything. Who's blowing it over there?" It's intentional. It's okay. The brew was so slow that they had time to make us this little amuse-bouche as a palate cleanser before they ultimately finished the brew, brought it back up to the temperature they wanted to serve it at, and then poured it out of these little e-brick looking things.
So having the little bubbles in it really does make a difference in terms of the sweetness, but it is a nice show.
A few of my coffee friends were poking fun at the high pour when they saw it because it seemed excessively showy. But watching him do it and hearing him talk about it and saying like the high pour creates these bubbles that helps accentuate the sweetness of the Olé course, and he paused and he said, and it's also a really nice show, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think I was struck so much by it because you rarely hear anybody admit that they would be doing something just for show, as if that would be a bad thing. Everything you see, feel, and touch when you're taking something in helps shape the experience. So yeah, theater is a part of it. So is this the future of coffee? That's not really the question to ask. It's not about this being better than that or an industry shifting from one thing to another. It's about different styles of experience that exist in the same plane, and you can simultaneously enjoy them both. I went to this and had a great time, and I can appreciate it for what it is. And at the same time, I can go to the cafe I go to every day and appreciate that for what it is. You know, is a 3 Michelin star meal better than the best street tacos you've ever had? I don't think it works like that. I think they're just different, and that's okay. So in closing, I'd say if you have the opportunity to go to one of these things, do it. They're only doing it in select cities, so it's a little hard to book. It seems like they're selling out pretty quickly. Sign up for the wait list, bring a friend, don't pick it apart, just enjoy it for what it is. It's a great coffee experience, unlike any that you've had. All right, stay down, y'all. Peace.